I get asked pretty often, and I know Vic Doss at Watkinsville gets asked all the time by UGA students, should I take a religion course at UGA? And he and I have the exact same answer, which is no. Not if you can possibly avoid it. I would just say no. A lot of people think, well, I know the Bible pretty well. I'm a church kid. I've grown up. I don't think these professors will have anything to say that's going to disturb me or rock my faith. But the fact is, Mike is coming for me. But the fact is that you've got a PhD professor who's liberal, doesn't believe in the supernatural, may not even believe in God at all, teaching you the Bible. This is a problem. Because they've gotten 30 or 40 years to research and study secular arguments against the biblical inerrancy argument that I would hold, that we as believers hold. And if they've got a PhD and they've read widely hundreds of books on the subject, all with radically secular, liberal, atheistic, naturalistic arguments against the Bible, here's the deal. Even if they're wrong, they're going to whoop you in an argument. And you're going to be sitting in their class getting a one-sided take on the Bible from a secular worldview, a very liberal worldview, in all likelihood, almost no matter which professor that you take. Hey, buddy. Mike, you got a hair on your face, bud. Mike is going to join me. So, basically, if a guy's been studying, or a woman's been studying secular views of Scripture for 30 or 40 years, has a PhD, and you go in there as an 18 or 20 or 22-year-old who hasn't studied background of Scripture and doesn't have super complex inerrancy arguments, you're going to be assaulted day after day, wave after wave. Right, Micah? You're going to just be assaulted. And there's no way you're going to be able to think fast enough, research quick enough to counteract each argument, and it's going to be like a sandcastle on the beach, and each wave that comes in is going to knock it further down until you feel like your faith is being destroyed in front of you. I don't say avoid the classes because the professors are right, and I'm scared of the truth and that they're going to disprove the Bible. What I'm saying is, if you're going to take the class, you need to have a Christian older man or woman in your life who knows their stuff and has researched this and is willing to put in the time to meet with you after basically every class period, at least once a week, and deconstruct the arguments that you're getting. Because if you don't have that, it's going to be like waves assaulting you and just knocking down your barriers and your walls. And after a semester, you're going to be wondering if Paul actually wrote certain letters of the Bible, if the ancient events of the Exodus really happened. I mean, all that stuff, the virgin birth, the resurrection of Jesus, right, Micah? So I would just say don't take a religion course from a secular or liberal professor, a theologically liberal professor, which is, from what I can tell, most, if not all, the UGA religion department from the professors. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just stating the truth. And but if you're going to take it, you have to take it. I would say you've got to get a godly person who knows what they're talking about, who can answer your questions. And as Don Carson said, you're going to have to do double the work of anybody else involved. You're going to have to be not only doing the assignments and the reading for the class and the lectures for the class, you're going to have to also be doing the work to counteract each argument. Because if you get 3 arguments a day in class against the inerrancy of Scripture, there's no way that's not going to drown you in doubt unless you're counteracting each argument you get, which is going to take you probably an extra, twice or 3 times as much time. You're going to put in a lot more time for that class than anybody else because you're going to have to be doing the work of the class and also counteracting the arguments of the professor. Right, Micah? So I would just say avoid it. But if you have to take it, you've got to do 2 or 3 times the work. And you need to be working relentlessly to counteract and deconstruct the liberal agenda that you are inevitably going to get preached down your throat. Like the documentary hypothesis, JEDP for the sources of the Torah. It wasn't really written by Moses. It was written by 4 independent sources put together during post-exile Israel by some later editor. Stuff like that is just going to be relentlessly taught. And so you need someone who can counteract that. But I would just say, if you can avoid it, don't take the class. Right, Mike? All right. Say goodbye, Micah. Look, say goodbye. Bye. Thanks for watching.